Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog. Welcome to the largest Tesla Supercharger in the US in Quartzsite, Arizona. And that's our Mach-E behind us charging.
Woo, so let's go. If you don't know, Ford released the official NACS adapters so that Ford EVs can charge at Tesla Superchargers on Thursday. Today is Saturday, and we were lucky enough to receive the adapter on Thursday. We did our first charge. We have a whole bunch of videos with that if you're interested in any of them. But then this first weekend, we wanted to come out here to the largest supercharger and check it out with our Mach-E. And it's just so surreal to be here with a CCS vehicle. I never had any inkling that this would be a situation that we could have when we bought our Mach-E. So I'm really excited about it, and we wanted to give you a tour of the station as we charge here for the very first time, largest superstation.
And we will talk about charging here and what that's like as well. So let's do a flippity flip and we'll talk a little bit and take a tour. So here we are. It's actually charging right now. I'm gonna bring it in very close so that you can see. That's the adapter that's plugged in. It looks just like the one that's on the Magic Dock. It's a Tesla designed adapter. We're at a Tesla Supercharger. Ford gave it to, or is sending it to Ford EV owners for free if you order by June 30th. We'll put a link in the description if you haven't ordered yours yet. But yeah, we plugged in, it's plug and charge. It took about 15-20 seconds for it to activate. We were charging, I saw a peak 152 or 154?
150 something.
Kilowatts. Our charging speed should not be affected by the adapter or the charging station, so that's excellent. But you can see the other video. We're going to have more info about that. We've done other videos. We're going to do 10 to 80 tests, lots of other things. But let's take a look at this supercharger and what Tesla owners have experienced already. But now Ford EV owners are going to be able to experience this soon. And we hear like Rivian's coming online soon with their NACS adapter, GM, Volvo, and Polestar as well in the next couple of months. And there will be more later. So let's go take a look. So first things first, I don't normally park this poorly, but for Ford EVs to be able to charge at Tesla Superchargers, we're gonna have to be a little bit creative. And one of the things I did here is I parked toward the very end because that means I'm less likely to block multiple charging stations. So in fact, I may be blocking this walkway a little bit, but I'm really not affecting anybody. And I'm only blocking one stall. Doesn't matter on a day like this when there's, I believe, about 70 stalls empty as of right now. There's a handful of people charging over here. So it really doesn't matter, but I'm trying to get in the habit of sticking to the far right, parking in a way that doesn't block multiple stalls if you don't have to. And if you have another like Mach-E or Lightning and you see somebody that's already charging, park next to them, because then it minimizes our impact. We'll have another video with more details about all of that, but let's take a look and see what this is all about. So if you are like us, Ford EV owners, you may not know a lot about Tesla Superchargers. These are all 250 kilowatts. These are all version 3. We will, as Ford EV owners, have access to 15,300 V3 stalls like this. Not all V3s are compatible with us. I think they are compatible, but Tesla has limited it for whatever reason. It's their network, they can choose to do that. But this is a typical configuration. So these 4 posts here, you'll see it's 9A, B, C, and D. They're all fed off of this cabinet. This cabinet is capable of doing 1,000 kilowatts. So then if you break it down, it's all spread out. So you have 250 kilowatts for each stall. So basically you're not going to be limited just because somebody's parked next to you. I'm going to pause for a second because there's a Tesla person that's interested in what we're doing. So I want to go say hi to him. EV.
Nice.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Hey,
I'm Patrick.
I'm David. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Do you mind if it's running?
No, I was going to say the same thing.
I was going to ask if you mind if we're running.
Too, if you don't mind.
That's cool.
Are you YouTubing?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying, but I'm just starting. So.
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
is our mic.
Welcome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm just starting, but my channel
that's
isn't isn't really big. So
It's okay. We'll
we're
share
not
about
big
it. Yeah.
compared to a lot of people. But what's your
Okay.
channel? Let's give you a
it's
shout.
called David Drives Electric.
Oh, I love
Amazing.
it.
Yeah, and I started a few years ago, and I haven't posted in 2 years. I'm trying to start back up. So.
Okay.
Well, great way
put
to
a
do
link.
it.
We'll put a shout out.
Awesome. Yeah. What's
appreciate
yours?
it.
What's yours?
We're the Mach-E vlog.
And
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna
here we
give
go.
you.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, so Mach-E. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, well, we started on Mach-E, but we really do love
Yeah.
all EVs. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
trying to cover that. And we're really excited that we're charging here. We
Yes.
just got this adapter
Nice.
on Tuesday. We're among the first Ford
Thursday.
EV owners. Thursday.
Oh,
Sorry.
is it the original one that
Here, come
Ford
take
is
a look.
sending out?
Yeah, this is the one that Ford is sending out.
Okay.
It basically looks exactly like, and if you want to hold it.
Yes,
that's
I'll hold
fine.
that. Yes.
So it looks basically like
Yes.
a Magic Dock,
Yeah. Okay.
except it's not attached to the station.
All
so,
right. Okay.
and it's not limiting our power, so
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever the station can put out, and
Okay.
we plugged in. It activates in about 15-20 seconds.
Okay. Cool. So you don't have to swipe anything. It's just
It's built into the
Perfect.
Ford Pass account,
so it's basically just like the Tesla experience. You plug in.
it feels
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, our big question, though,
Yes.
like one of the reasons we came out here is we
Yes.
wanted to see this huge station, but we also wanted to talk to Tesla owners.
Yeah.
Like, are you pissed off that I'm
No.
charging here?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm for EVs. I don't care which one it is.
Yeah.
And we have bigger, I want to call it enemies, like in quotes.
Gas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we start to fight amongst each other, that's dumb.
Yeah, and I know that like in a lot of locations, that's why I was describing why I'm parked the way I am.
Yes.
It's like because if I actually parked here, I'd have to use that cable, and that would
Yes.
block 2 stalls.
Yeah.
And we're
Well-
trying to spread the word of like how to minimize our impact, and hopefully Tesla owners will be willing and understand it. We're trying to visit less busy stations like this.
I think it's fine. And I think what Tesla is doing, they are moving the stalls to the center.
Right,
With
that's
the
what I've heard.
before and then the longer cables, and then they reach both sides, and you don't have to do this.
Yeah, and we noticed they have a couple of pull-through spots, like if
Right.
if somebody
You could
was
use
towing,
that.
but I could use that
Yeah.
and not block somebody.
Here's
It's
the front left. Okay. Yeah.
front left, which is problematic for
And it's
this.
a little tight here.
Yeah, I could have gotten a little bit closer.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
But
Oh,
it's
well, it works.
we're learning. This is literally day 2 of us trying this out.
But it's so important because Courtside has, I think, one CCS charger over there,
They have
And
4 stalls.
full stalls, and one of them doesn't work. Or if you read on PlugShare, like the stories.
Yeah, we came through here once, and
Yeah.
it was good.
Okay.
But we've heard horror stories about
Yeah.
3-hour waits over
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I've been using this. So my first Tesla was in 2014, so it's 10 years ago.
yeah.
And this was one of the first stations, and it was packed a lot.
And we drove over there. We took a look at that
There was
first.
only 8 stalls for
Right.
years, and then they added the 24, and then they added this one. And technically, if you add all of them together, it's the biggest supercharging station in the U.S. right now.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, it is. I think they're building a bigger one right now, but currently,
As of today, yeah.
it's the biggest. Yeah.
Well, this is great. I'm glad you came over.
Yeah.
I saw you looking interested, so I was like, we got to stop our video and come say hi. So, and again, what would you? David Drives Electric.
David Drives Electric, yes, and I'm trying. It's no big deal if you.
No, we're all in this together. We all support other
Yes.
creators and
Yeah.
different perspectives. So,
Yeah,
so thanks for
sure.
coming over to talk with
Of
us.
course, yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
So we're going to do a walkthrough from the other end. That was really cool talking to David, but we wanted to start down here because over to your left, I guess it is, that's the gas station. That's Terrible's. So very nice, big convenience store, and they actually have it so that there's a path. So it's sort of wheelchair accessible to get over there, except for that curb over there. You'd have to go around, but nice location next to Terrible's. There's like Burger King across the street. But let's take a walk through. I mean, it's not really anything other than just a ton of Tesla Superchargers and the cabinets that go along with it. I'm not that familiar with all of the stuff because I was like, there's also these cabinets in the middle. I don't know if there's any, what these are. Brandon Flash, if you haven't checked out his channel, he's probably given tours of the Supercharger stations, of course Kyle Connor as well. But yeah, these are all V3s, each 250 kilowatts. I noticed that there's some trash cans here. I don't see anything to clean windshields. That would be nice. But stuff we don't have at EA or any CCS charger that I've been to. I would love to have this many. I was going to look it up. I haven't counted, but I think just alone, this 84 stalls plus 28 plus 16, is that what he, or no, 28 plus 8, like this whole site, David was saying it's the largest in the US. And I'm like, I think that's more chargers in this parking lot and across the street than there is all of San Diego County for CCS chargers. I mean, you know what I mean?
I think this means that you're gonna have to go tally that number up before we release this video.
we might have to do that. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's just really cool. You can spread out. There's trash cans. This is really cool. There's some handicap spots. So there's 3 here, and then there's 1 more down on the end.
Love
so there's
this so much.
Yeah, and if you don't know, like, I mean, one of the things people are like, well, what do you need a handicap spot for? So what makes it really nice is like there's, if you have a wheelchair, you can get in or out of either side. And then it's not just about people in a wheelchair, and the guy behind you is getting ready to turn. It's not just people in a wheelchair, because Liv, because she has a prosthetic leg, we often park in the handicap spots. And it isn't because she has a wheelchair, although sometimes she is in one, but it's because to get her prosthetic out, she has to really open the door. And if you park in a normal spot, sometimes I have to literally like back out so that she can get into the car.
And sometimes I actually can't get in if I can't open the door wide enough, so he has to back out.
Yeah, that's
or
what I'm
I have to like stand and drop into the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So these are really cool and essential, and it means like if you need that extra space to open your car door, you can do that. If you have a wheelchair, you can get out, and then it has to be like at a certain height and accessible here. So there's design considerations that Tesla has made to make sure that's nice and easy. It's really great to see that. We see very few CCS stalls that are at handicap places, or with handicap stalls. I believe in California is the only place that we've seen them, and usually at the Walmarts, like we sort of saw one today, and their one in Hesperia, California is the same way. So they have these.
By the way, obviously we could use the handicap stalls, but we're electing not to because a lot of you might not be able to. So we want to show you the actual charging situation that you may have to deal with if you do have a vehicle and you have a handicap placard or plates, then at least you know now you will have an option too.
Yeah, like if this were a lot more full, because we had the handicap placard, we might use this one over here because I might be able to get close enough at an angle or whatever to use this, and then that would be the only stall that we're taking up for charging purposes. So that might be something that we do because we have that option. Because like if it were full, I would hate to like block somebody from charging. I also don't want to block anybody that may need a handicap spot for whatever reason.
So of course this place is really not busy right now. So hopefully anyone anywhere would be able to use any of these parking spots. But part of the handicap thing is that you know that this will be kept safe for you, so you can get into your vehicle when you come back if you need the extra room.
And then that's really, I mean, it's just a ton of stalls.
Yeah.
So pretty good stuff.
I thought it was
nearby.
really interesting because Brian,
cover your mic because that's really windy.
It's really windy. Nothing we can do about it. Brian was saying that he's been driving a Tesla for 10 years.
Yeah.
And everyone used to be really excited and chatting with each other at charging stations, but now it's like this. It's like, it's whatever now. Everyone's just in their cars because it's boring now.
So the solar panels are up there. It looks like they are I forget what they're called, but like basically both sides can collect solar, which at first may not make sense because you're like, it's not going to collect solar on the dark side, but it can actually get like, I believe up to 10% of its energy from the solar energy reflecting off the pavement. So it's double-sided, super nice to see that here. It looks like they have some good lighting for the nighttime. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's not much to it other than a ton of stalls. So this is just super cool to see. If you are traveling between Phoenix and the LA area, this is almost an essential stop. If you are a current CCS owner that doesn't have a NACS adapter, you got to go across the street. There's a 4-stall EA station. We stopped there in our other video, and it's okay, but it's 4 stalls. Even just then, it was like we have like 3 cars there. It's pretty full. Now, hopefully, everybody will have access to this. Tesla owners have access to this. I'm interested, if you do have a Tesla, have you been here over like Thanksgiving? How crowded does it get?
Or have you ever been here when it's crazy busy?
Yeah, and then of course, if we add in like Ford EVs and GM and whatever, like yes, that could make this busier, but they've sold so many more Teslas that it's not going to be a huge impact to add just maybe 5-10% more cars. It's not going to be that big of a deal at a site like this on a day like this. But let's go over and check on the car, and we may have to switch to our other video, but I'll go ahead and pull it up and we'll just see what speed we're charging at, what percentage we're at. Again, I'm using the Ford Pass app because the charging is initiated. Oops, we're at 85%. And we're charging at 36 kilowatts. This is about what I would expect at 85% no matter what. So we're gonna go switch to our other video because we gotta finish that one off, unplugging and talking about our charging session and all that good stuff.
Well, we are officially done charging. If you're interested in our road trip video, we will put links and the cards and everything up there. But thank you for joining us for the station tour of the largest supercharger in the country, maybe the world, and our first official charge here with a Mustang Mach-E with a Ford EV. So exciting. It feels like really monumental, but it's also felt really anticlimactic, which is a word that we used when we were describing our first charge at the supercharger in Santa Monica even, because it works, it's worked well, and there's no one here.
It's quiet.
It's so quiet. I thought that there would be people here. I thought that we would get angry people about us being in a spot or about us not being a Tesla.
I didn't think that. I thought it was just going to be
or excited
like a constant turnover of like 20 to 30 cars just like cycling in and out.
Yeah, because we used to electrify America, and there were 4 spots, and there were 3 people in the, how many? We were there for like 5 minutes just chatting and electrifying America.
I think for whatever reason, I mean, the V3s over on the other side of the street, there's 28, 24, I forget.
They were busier.
They're a tiny bit closer to the freeway, and I think it was next to whatever fast food place. So I think that's literally the only difference. But when it is busy, people can come over here and there's just tons of capacity. So it's really cool to see. And as David mentioned, I don't know if it was in this video or a road trip video now, but there are building some other.
Tour. It was this video.
They are building some other big, it was this one, stations in California. I know there's one that's like 80 stalls, so it's just slightly smaller than this.
This one is 84.
The one we went to, we did a tour of the Santa Monica station, that was 62. It's just amazing, these numbers. Granted, a lot of stations are like 8 and 16, but there's a lot of those out there. But to see this number is just very interesting.
This is what we need, and it kind of makes me think of a workplace, right? Like you want enough employees so that when things are crazy, you have everyone to handle the load, but the rest of the time you just want to be able to maintain. So this is, I would love to know, have you come here when it was busy? I know we asked about that. Have you been to a supercharger that is this size that's really busy, that is constant turnover?
Here's the question.
That would be interesting.
Have you had to wait for a CCS charger? And if you are a Tesla owner, have you had to wait at a Tesla supercharger? So very interesting. We've had to wait at an EA station in January when we went to CES, but Tesla stations were pretty full as well, but EA was really bad during CES.
Yeah, really, really bad. And obviously there's the Carlsbad outlets near our house where there's Electrify America, EVgo, and a Tesla supercharger. And we rarely see it with an open space. Like there's always people waiting for that supercharger. So this was really, really awesome to see. I'm so glad that we came out here, and it feels like a monumental anticlimactic occasion.
Yeah, we're excited for this anticlimactic.
standing alone in a
station
parking lot.
tour. But yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Yeah, leave us any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns. Hopefully,
Or what other station we should visit.
Ooh, yeah. For what other station we should visit? If there's somewhere that there's hair in my mouth, if there's somewhere that you've had to wait a long time, or you like the layout of the station, or you dislike it, whatever, let us know, because we'd be really interested to see it as we start with this expansion of CCS vehicles going to superchargers. Hopefully, be kind in the comments, and. A huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. We deeply appreciate you guys so very much. As I tilt the camera and it doesn't make a difference. Our Whisper, Engaged, and Unbridled patrons.
And our YouTube members too.
And our YouTube members. You can join our YouTube and you get sweet little perks like little fancy pony emojis that I hand you. And on that note, just remember that whatever you drive and wherever you charge it, whether it's the largest supercharger in America or not.
We need to do an echo effect. Okay, you say America, and I'll do the echo.
Okay. The largest supercharger in America. Or not. Enjoy the ride.
Bye.
Bye.